to show you my balloon pump that I'm using. This is the floor pump that you'll be using at events. This pump helps blow up balloons much faster than your average pump, which, hold on, I have the balloon blaster that you're probably used to. One of these, okay? So, as you're learning, we'll use one of these, but then we will start using one of these things right here. This is what we're going to be using because while this is great for just maybe a couple of balloons and very simple, this is great for real deal balloon specialist work. Alright, I want to show you in this video how to properly blow up some balloons. So I think I'm going to show you with the small pump, and then later you'll learn with the big pump, okay? So what you'll do is you have your nozzle in, the end that looks like little lips or fish lips. And we're going to take and put the tip of your balloon pump inside of there, just like that, and you're going to hold it while you're blowing up the balloon. And when you're blowing up a balloon, you want to go ahead and hold it on, because if you don't hold it, it will come out. But you're going to pump. Okay, and once you're done pumping, you take it out and you go and you hold the air in. Remember, if you don't hold the air in, you'll lose the air. We don't want to do that, okay? And once you lose the air, we don't reuse balloons most of the time. There's a couple of balloons that we do pump up and purposely take air out of and then re-inflate. But what happens when you do that is that you will mess up the latexicity in the balloon. The balloon begins to get more thin. The balloon goes through a lot of abuse, and so by you twisting it after you've done that once already, blown it up and then re-blown it and twisting it, it makes it more easier to pop. And so when the kids go play, it pops, or when you're trying to twist it, it will pop. We don't want that to happen. So remember, while blowing your balloon up, when you take it out, grab the air, or if you're stopping in the middle of pumping, you want to hold on to the air, okay? So for instance, if we're putting this balloon on here and we're blowing it up, and let's say I'm going to stop really quick, I'm going to hold that air in the whole time while I'm stopping, because you never want to stop and then pump, because if you stop holding that balloon, now the balloon is out of air, and you try to pump it back up, you get bubbles inside of there, and you don't want bubbles inside of there because it will make your balloon pop. So again, the correct way to do it now pump. I want to stop here. If my balloon design is going to need me to stop here, this is where I want to stop. I'm holding in that air and I'm going to burp. And I always count to 3 when I burp it. I go 1, 2, 3. And at 3, you close it back up. But it's very important that you do burp your balloons, okay? It's totally different than just letting air out. But this is just so that way you can work to make the balloon kind of soft. Not too soft, so remember, 1, 2, 3. Just like that. 1, 2, 3. And tighten it back up. Did you hear that? Okay. Now, the balloon is soft enough to work with, but not too soft. If it's too soft, it will be a horrible design and it will not hold. Structure, the friction will not hold. Now, I'm going to take my 2 fingers that I always do. This is the way I like to tie. I take 2 fingers and I go around with my balloon around those 2 fingers, and the nozzle is pushed through the middle of my 2 fingers, and I slide those 2 fingers back out, and I have a knot. Now, you're going to be working, anytime you do a balloon, you're going to be working from the lips to the tail, from the nozzle to the tail, okay? From this part, from the left to the right. So let's say if I'm doing, I don't know, maybe a series of bubbles. I'm going to keep on. Oh, and I'm going to continue to twist towards me because I like to twist towards me. If you like to twist away from you, then you keep doing that, okay? But I'm going to hold on to these bubbles. And as I twist, you'll see the air will continue to move down, okay? And I'm doing a series of bubbles, and as long as I hold these bubbles, they will not come loose. We use these bubbles in a lot of designs. This is a perfect example. Now I've came to the end of my balloon, but that's what happens, the air moves down. So you want to make sure you have enough air for the design that you're doing, because every design requires different amounts of twists and different kinds of twists. And if you're doing all of these different things, then you kind of have to know how much air you need and how much air you don't need, okay? Because that will help in the effectiveness of the design and make for a better experience.